Good evening. The City of Boston Zoning Board of Appeal hearing for May 15, 2025 is now in session. This hearing is being conducted in accordance with the applicable provisions of the open meeting law, including the updated provisions enacted by the legislature this year. The new law allows the board to continue its practice of holding virtual hearings through June 2027. This hearing of the board is being held remotely via the Zoom webinar event platform. This meeting is also being live streamed. Okay. Being recorded. Thank you. In order to ensure this hearing of the board is open to the public, members of the public may access this hearing through telephone and video conferencing. The information for connecting to this hearing is listed on today's hearing agenda, which is posted on the public notices page of the city's website, boston.gov. Members of the public will enter the virtual hearing as attendees, which means you will not see yourself on the screen and you will be muted throughout unless administratively unmuted when asked to comment. Board members, applicants, and their attorneys or representatives will participate in the hearing as panelists, and they will appear alongside the presentation materials when speaking. Panelists are strongly encouraged to keep video on while presenting to the video. As with our in-person meetings, comments and support will be followed by comments in opposition. The order of comments is as follows: elected officials, representatives of elected officials, and members of the public. The chair may limit the number of people called upon to offer a comment and the time for commenting as time constraints require. For that reason, the board prefers to hear from members of the board, members of the public who are most impacted by a project, that is, those individuals who live closest to the project. If you wish to comment on an appeal, please click the raise hand button along the bottom of your screen in the Zoom webinar platform. Click it again and your hand should go down. When the host sees your hand, you will receive a request to unmute yourself. Select yes, and you should be able to talk. If you're connected to the hearing by telephone, please press *9 to raise and lower your hand. You must press *6 to unmute yourself after you receive the request from the host. Those called upon to comment will be asked to state their name and address first and then can provide their comment. Wrong direction. As with, nope. Keep going. In the interest of time and to ensure that you have enough time to do so, please raise your hand as soon as Mr. Stenbridge reads the address into the record. Do not raise your hand before the relevant address is called, or the meeting host will not know to call on you at the appropriate time. Okay, Mr. Stenbridge.
Good evening, Madam Chair, President.
Good evening. Ms. Bettabraza.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Present.
Good evening. Mr. Stenbridge?
Yes, we'll begin for the hearings scheduled for 5 p.m. First, we have case BOA 170-5409 at the address of 8 Concord Street. If the applicant and/or their representative are present, they please explain to the board.
Do we know if the applicant for 8 Concord Street is on?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I'm the owner of the house, and I also have my contractor, Alan, on the line.
Great. Whoever's presenting, if you could just state your name for the record. Are you presenting?
We weren't really expecting to present. We were just going to be answering questions. I don't know. I've never done this before.
Okay, that's okay. But someone needs to briefly tell us what you're using.
I can. So I live at 8 Concord Street. I know that, we have to say that we're adding a dormer, but there is an existing dormer there already. And we're just proposing to expand it. I live there with my twin boys, and one of them is using this as a bedroom, and he's almost 6 feet tall, and having to duck under ceilings is not really working for our family. So what we're proposing is doubling the size of our dormer, which would exactly match the house to the left of our house, which I know that there were some photos that I had submitted, but I don't know if you have those on file, but it would basically be, both of our houses would end up being twins from the front. So that's really it. And then in the back, I'm just, completing the walls to, create a second bedroom.
Thank you. Are there questions from the board? Hearing none, may I have public testimony?
Madam Chair and board members, good evening. Siggy Johnson with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. This petitioner completed the ONS community process. Our office hosted an abutters meeting at which no concerns were raised. With that background, we defer judgment to the board. Thank you.
Thank you.
There's no other hands raised.
Okay, with that, may I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to put forward a motion of approval with a proviso that the project be reviewed through the BPD, especially since the project is under a neighborhood design overlay district.
Okay, and just for the applicant's sake, planning department, is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge,
Yes.
Ms. Better Brazza.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries. Good luck, ma'am.
Can I ask a question? Because I've never done this before. What does that mean? What the first person said?
The proviso just means that the Boston Planning Department will, your project will undergo design review with the Boston Planning Department as part of its approval. So that's,
Okay, and
that
then-
was part of your approval process.
Okay, and then, so what are the next steps, just so that I can kind of stay on top of this? Like, what can I
I'm
expect
gonna
next?
ask you to call staff. I don't know, Caroline, if you have a person she can call or just to call the ISD number.
Yeah, if she can call the ZBA office, we can assist her.
All right, great. Thank you.
Next, we have case BOA 1693892 with the address of 280A Shaman Avenue. If the applicant and or their representative are present, would they please explain the case to the board?
Good evening. Walid Samaha present on the call for the proposed change of use of 288 Shaman Avenue. Good evening, everyone. Thank you to the board for seeing us. Our ask here today is that we convert our retail location back to its original use, which is a restaurant. Long ago in the early 90s and late 90s, this was a Lebanese restaurant. It turned into a flower shop and a yoga studio. Our family is looking to convert it back to a restaurant, the same concept, Lebanese food, tapas. And we're here today for a conversation with the board regarding this process.
Okay, sir, do you have, because I did receive this, do you have a slide deck that shows the actual plans and whatever violations that you have to address?
That should have been emailed to you guys from the city. I think Eva messaged you guys today and should have it.
Here we
If
go.
not, I can pull it up.
Thank you. That would be helpful.
Yeah.
So yes, if one of you could just tell us.
Yeah,
what
I'll
you
walk you
do.
through it. So this is, Madam Chair, this is the existing restaurant right now. What we've done is we've renovated the entire building. And we've, the building hasn't been touched for a long time. This is what it was before. We've enhanced the back, front, all of the property to look something like this. This is our proposed vision of the restaurant. Open concept Lebanese restaurant. Upscale tapas with a focus on Lebanese and Mediterranean flavors, vegetarian menu with a small dining room downstairs. This was
So
a
this is on 2 levels?
2 levels, yes. So one of the reasons that the 2-level design happened is we went through the City of Boston Road Action Plan, knowing that some of the issues going there. We decided with our team that it was best that we put the kitchen on the main floor, not downstairs in the basement or any kind of usage there to mitigate that infestation or anything that might occur. So that was one of the options. That's why the multi-level design. We could have put just the kitchen downstairs and made it full dining upstairs. But we wanted to be cognizant of the areas of liability with that. So we put the cooking facility upstairs. It'll be right to your left. So that way, that was one way to kind of mitigate that. Also, it just created a little private dining space that neighbors and people can use for functions and events because, we're a family-oriented type of eating culture where you can come in, order a bunch of plates and share them. So we want to create spaces that groups and families can use together.
Great. And just quick question, what's the seating capacity for both?
Right now, we don't have an official seating capacity. We were kind of coming to you guys. I think that right there would show up a total of 40 seats. That was based on what was there before. Also, one thing we've done is we've eliminated corners, spaces, and stuff like that. We've kept it very open, also to kind of make sure that there's no random areas that things can kind of build nests and stuff. So that's why you see the open format on both floors.
Other questions from the board?
Yeah, or is the storefront existing? Are you doing any and it looks like there's a step down, so your entrance is not accessible. So I guess the question is, are you doing anything to modify that storefront?
Yes, ma'am. We have that one step ledge outside, and it's a short sidewalk. There's no way to add a ramp or anything. We have put an ADA bathroom in there just in case. But like all our neighbors, it's I've been speaking to, the city about the front. We are gonna update the front. We have after this probably another call with them, but there's nothing to do to mitigate that one step. It is holding the building up, basically.
Okay, great. Thank you. No further questions.
You had said that, I believe you have 40 seats. At this point, are you planning on changing that, adding more or something?
We wanted to come to you guys first to see this process. We do intend to bring in a design team to tell us it might be less. Anything we do will come to you first, but we haven't gone that far. We don't want to jump ahead without, talking to everyone first and making sure that, this was something that we can move forward with. When we do hopefully get the blessing and move forward, then we'll get a finalized number and a finalized plan detailed to everybody with the exact numbers.
Fair enough.
Okay, and your egress in the basement goes outside to next tier?
Yes, to the alley. We've also made the door bigger. If you know those areas back there, the doors were very small. They're under 4 feet. We made the door the biggest possible. Also, we took extra precaution out there. If you know that alley, it's all dirt. We've dug it out and put a concrete slab there to eliminate any kind of water coming back in, clean up the alley, and also make it an easier egress out the back in case of an emergency, God forbid.
Okay, great.
And we also have an egress up to the roof and an egress from the front.
And can I ask what hours of operation you have?
So right now, the proposed operations are going to be open for preparation. We're not planning on doing lunch right now, so it'd be traditional 5 to midnight Monday to Thursday, and then like our neighbors till 2 a.m. on Friday to Sunday.
So let's open it up to public testimony. I do want to state that
sorry to interrupt you. May
Go
I
ahead.
just add that we went through the neighborhood meetings and we listened to the neighbors. We discussed all the concerns, including noise in the alley, the exhaust, and again, rodents and trash. So I just want to mention that during the neighborhood meetings, we did address those and we offered solutions to some of the neighbors who are bringing things up. And we are happy to accommodate what we need to do to get this into a restaurant space. So we're going to hear a lot about, these type of things. And we just want to assure you that we've heard these, we've put an action plan together, and we're ready to address them and tackle them as we need.
Thanks so much. That's helpful because we did get a lot of feedback for, in opposition and in support. But the opposition, I think, commented on some of the things you just addressed, which were trash, rodent, I think some alleyway, people smoking in alleyways, things like that. So
those were echoed many times during the last meeting from some of the neighbors, and we've assured them we'll do our due diligence and do everything we need to do. We are a new restaurant. We have a track record at our old restaurant on the South End of being very, neighbor friendly. And I just want to, reiterate the sentiment that we are a new restaurant, and anything someone else is doing is not a reflection of us. And we would like to be, I think it'd be injustice to be judged on someone else's actions, whereas we deserve the right to, get an opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. Is the other applicant want to say more?
Yes,
or can
to piggyback on that, just before we start, respectfully, I don't own or operate the restaurants to our right or left, and wrongfully so. I don't want to represent and answer any questions on their behalf. Last call, we were responding to questions that didn't pertain to us, and I feel that it's as trying to be a good neighbor. I would just like to not respond to questions about any of the restaurants that are around us, because I don't know their policy and procedures. And a mistake by my part, I tried to field all the questions and try to, talk through them. I'd really like to kind of focus on our business, because I don't want to do them any disservice by responding on behalf of any of the other great businesses in the South End.
Thank you. And so we're going to open it up to public testimony. And as noted, please focus on whether you're in support or opposition to this project and briefly state your reasons. Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, Madam Chair and members of the board. My name is Eva Jones, and I'm here today on behalf of the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services to express our support for this proposal at 280 Shawmut Ave. A well-attended abutters meeting was held on March 27, 2023, where constituents raised concerns, including noise from trash removal, excessive drinking, restaurant noise from the back alley, and double parking. Our office received 4 letters in opposition from abutters, where concerns mirror those in the meeting. In response, the applicant has committed to several mitigation efforts, including rubber acoustic matting, fortifying the rear with concrete to reduce pests, taking trash out the front, a rooftop exhaust system to reduce noise and smell, managing the front area of the restaurant to reduce loitering and double parking, and putting shades on the front windows to reduce light pollution into the neighborhood. Support was also expressed throughout the process, including at the abutters meeting. Residents emphasized the return of Lebanese culture to the South End, praised the applicant's long-standing community involvement, and noted that similar smaller restaurants have operated successfully in the area, suggesting that this one should be of no issue. Supporters also praised the applicant's past record of running successful establishments in collaboration with neighbors. My office has received 33 letters in support, including 9 from abutters, a petition with 4 signatures, and a letter of support from Representative Moran. Additionally, the proposal was reviewed with the Bradford Neighborhood Association, who did not take a stance, but as a result of this engagement, some members of the association who are abutters have provided a letter in opposition with 21 signatures regarding the proposal, and noted ongoing issues from food establishments in the back alley, including trash, rats, exhaust, odors, and staff smoking, as well as gate damage to the back alley. And in the front of the establishment, cited late night disruptions like double parking and noise, all concerns that were also expressed in the abutters meeting. The Pilot Block Neighborhood Association and adjacent civic association also provided a letter of support, citing the applicant's history of responsible business operations through his other properties and his community engagement, as well as the commitment to be a good neighbor. At this time, the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services believes that this is an appropriate use for this location, and believes that the applicant has taken the mitigated steps required to work with the community. And my office would like to again express our support regarding the proposal at 280 Shawmut Avenue. Thank you, everybody, for your time and consideration.
Thank you.
There's 9 hands raised, so we'll start with
All
Sari.
right. Be quick, folks, please.
Hi, this is Sari Kalen, 26 Bradford Street, direct abutter. I appreciate the applicant's long service to the community. I understand the historical use of that property, but we've been there for 15 years. For 15 years, it's been a very different kind of use. I still have a lot of concerns about adding extra noise and the other impacts on the alley. So I shared my concerns in a letter, and I'll just leave it at that. I understand that there have been some discussion or representations made about how these would be addressed. How do those get formalized in anything that's under consideration? For example, trash service in the alley and the noise from trash service in the alley. So I know there's a lot of people who are looking to speak, but that's the genesis of my opposition. Thank you for the time to address.
Thank you, ma'am.
Spencer?
Hello. My name's Spencer. I live at 255 Shawmut Avenue, and I just wanted to express my complete and full support of this project. I think part of the charm of living in our neighborhood and living in the South End is being
He doesn't live
close to these
and
businesses.
like people who don't live it, like they want it there.
Someone else talking. Sorry. So yeah, I think this would be a great addition to our neighborhood, and I think that we could use these different restaurants, and I'm in full support of something that's already part of our community joining. So.
GS?
Hi, my name is Gail Ciamoto, and I live on one of the adjoining streets. I have a procedural comment I want to make. We were not notified, and I believe none of my neighbors were notified by the Board of Appeal of this hearing, so I'm not sure that it can go forward procedurally. I only found out about it by speaking to somebody who was sort of in the know about this situation. We are notified routinely about other Board of Appeal hearings, but we were not notified about this one. I have 3 substantive comments to make. First of all, I was at the abutters meeting. I did not understand, or perhaps it wasn't presented correctly, that there was going to be a lower level dining at this establishment. I think there's a lot of concerns there for egress, particularly given that the front of the building is below grade. I agree that this applicant should not be prejudiced by the actions or behavior of other restaurants in the area, but I think it is a cautionary tale. And I think to have 2 restaurants on a relatively small commercial street where it's mostly residential, that both have 2 a.m. liquor licenses is too much for the neighborhood to bear. It becomes more of a bar with food after, say, midnight. If they were to bring that back to a midnight closing, I think more people would be in support of it. I also, at the abutters meeting, asked about food delivery, because that is one of the big issues for the other establishments in the area. If you look at 311, every single night, there are complaints about double parkers on Shaman Avenue for all of the other dining establishments. And the applicant said that they've been working on this plan for over 2 years. And yet when I asked about dining and whether they would use delivery services, they said they had not thought about that yet. And I find that to be a little disingenuous to work on this for this length of time.
Please wrap up. We do have 9 other.
Yes, and to not have thought that. So if they would dial it back, I could support it, but at this point in time, I'm opposed to the project.
Thank you.
All right, Eric,
Subsequent speakers, again, please be brief and state your support or opposition.
Yeah, sorry, I'll try to be brief, but I live directly above like the proposed project, and I think it'd be like I'm fully supportive of the project. I think like I live like right above it, so like the Franklin Cafe also is right near there, and like I usually don't hear any noise, and I live directly above it, so I don't think like noise would be a big factor for me. I also think it'd be great. Okay.
Thank you.
AJ,
Hello, my name is AJ Arstamian. I live at 284 Shawmut Avenue, a few doors down. I'm in full support of this project. I don't see any issues moving forward, so they have my full support, and the neighborhood would definitely appreciate a new establishment. And all the concern about neighborhood double parking, we have Chilicates directly across the street where you have a bunch of Uber drivers picking things up. You have people picking up food over at the Franklin. It's the city. People double park all the time. I don't see that being a huge issue. So they have my full support. Thank you very much.
I'm going to ask others to, again, just state your support or opposition. We want to get through everyone. Otherwise, I'm going to start asking people to put their comments in the chat. Thank you.
Sean,
This is Sean. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, this is Sean McConnell. I live right in back of next to Sari, and we're direct to butters, and I oppose the project. I think that it's too dense of an area to have another restaurant, and I'm concerned about pest and especially noise. I think that with 19 people signing a letter from our street opposing the project, I just find it a little disrespectful to go forward with it.
Thank you.
Joseph,
Hello, my name is Joseph Morris. I live at 275 Shawmut Avenue, so directly across from the proposed location. I am in full support of the project. I lived above Nicole's Pizza, another one of the family's restaurants, for 3 years. I've been at my current location across the street from the proposed location for 7 years. I can tell you from personal experience that the family runs their businesses with the utmost care and respect for the community, and I am in full support.
Councilor Mejia, did you want to weigh in on this? I see you commented.
Yes, is it my turn, Catherine?
I said Councilor Mejia.
I'm sorry.
You were. Nope, keep going then.
go ahead, Catherine.
Yes, so I'm Catherine O'Neill. I live at 274, 2 doors down from the proposed location, and I'm opposed. My largest concern has to do with the late hours. We have one restaurant here that's 2 o'clock in the morning. Most of the restaurants in the South End do not stay open that late, and nothing else on this immediate block stays open that late. We have really just little shops that, there's a bookstore that stays open till 9, but this is not.
Thank you.
a lot
Thank
of
you.
restaurants. Thank you.
Madeline?
Can you elevate Counselor Mejia so she can speak?
I did elevator, I believe.
Okay.
Yes, you did, and I appreciate the elevation, but I just want to make sure that I know what, I just finished the hearing, so I'm here to speak on behalf of a specific, the Guida and Zamora project, and I'm not sure if it's already been,
We're at 280 Shawmut Ave. Is that the project you're speaking on?
no, it's a Guida and Zamora in
Okay,
Rosedale.
then we'll keep moving then. We'll see you in a bit. Thank you.
My name is
All right.
Madeline. My name's Madeline. I live at 278 Shawmut, directly above this location, and I'm in full support of the restaurant moving in. Absolutely no concerns about noise level at night. Not an issue. Similar with trash and pests. And Fadi and Wallet are absolutely amazing landlords. They care a ton about the community, and I think this restaurant would be nothing but great for the South End community.
Thank you. So, there's still a lot of raised hands. So if we're going to get to you, I only want to hear your name, address, and whether you're in support or opposition. We've heard reasons. So we're, just that.
Eric?
Hi, my name's Eric Walkoff. I live in the neighborhood where the owner's current restaurant is located, Nicole's Pizza, which is also in the South End. I submitted a letter on behalf of 30.
Are you in support or opposition?
I'm in support.
Thank you. We're going to keep going. Thank you.
Bye.
Hi, my name is V. I live at 278A Shawmut, right above the restaurant, and I'm in full support. I have no
Thank you.
issues.
Thank you. We're going to keep going.
Brendan? Brendan?
Keep going.
Mohammed?
Hi, my name is Mohammed Shuman, and I live right above the restaurant, and I support. I'm Lebanese, so a Lebanese restaurant would mean a lot to my community as well.
Great, thank you.
Joseph?
Yes, 16 Bradford Street. Opposed. This seems to be a location that is looking for a business rather than a business looking for location. There are vacant restaurants in the neighborhood, and I have not heard why those places
Thank
aren't
you.
considered.
Okay, I think we've heard quite enough. Sorry, let's turn it back to our board members for any questions and the applicant for a brief response. Any other questions from the board?
Madam Chair, just asking the applicants, are they aware of the comments from the Disabilities Commission?
I'm sorry, Mr. Stembridge, I didn't hear the question properly.
There are one of the inputs to this process is the Disabilities Commission for the City of Boston. And they wrote some comments in regards to your proposal. Are you aware of those?
I am not aware of those.
Very briefly, the restaurant should ensure that a section of the bar is lowered for wheelchair access and that 5% of the tables are accessible. Can the entrance be?
Sorry, I apologize. I have a bad connection. Mr. Stembridge, even though we don't have ADA access, we have accommodated the lower bar, the tables, and ADA bathroom.
I would probably ask you to get in touch with these people just so that you know what they're saying.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Norm, that's why I didn't bring it up because the tables were not fixed. Usually that could be accommodated. And the only issue that I wanted to have clarity on was the front entrance to see whether that was being proposed or whether that was existing. So most likely they're being grandfathered. But thanks for bringing it up.
And
sure.
Can the applicant comment about hours? Just, that sounded like one of the concerns.
Yeah, absolutely. If it was brought up at the last time that maybe a 1 a.m. or 12 a.m. license would work. More than happy to try that in a trial period. But This is what I want to make sure that we address, and we addressed last time. If I have next door at open till 2 a.m., great establishment, I let people out at 12 or 1. I cannot be held responsible for people waiting outside to get into that establishment and then loitering. And what's going to happen is people will leave to go continue out there, and it'll add extra pressure and bottleneck into the establishment next door. We are a fine dining restaurant. The kitchen is bigger than the bar. We own the property. Property value is very important to us. The restaurant build out is an extremely intricate design. This is not a fast food place. This is a fine dining place, neighborhood location, cozy, warm, and inviting to everyone. It's not something that we're expecting high turnover. This is not respectfully like any other businesses that are trying to pump volume out. Our kitchen is bigger than our bar. We plan on serving food that is top notch, top quality, made daily. We don't have a walk-in cooler. We're going to make everything daily. We're not storing large prepared foods. It is a culinary place that people are going to come enjoy and experience. With that being said, I don't know if I'm going to have someone come pick up food, and being told I'm disingenuous. It's not, because I've been very clear with, we want to try to go to 2 a.m. We've answered every question. We've gone outside and done meter readings on the noise, way below ordinance. Being told that we're ingenuous, not accurate. Being told in the group that our tenants are compromised, absolutely not. We're ethical, we're moral, we've been in the community a long time. Our reputation stands for ourselves, our work stands for ourselves. We don't have to compromise tenants, and we don't have to play around. We asked for 2 a.m. We're not sugarcoating it. If it closes at 1, it's going to create a bottleneck of people leaving to the next open location. Secondly, how they choose to run their business and how their clients leave, again, that's not how we run it.
Thank you. Understand. Any other questions from the board?
Can I just make one more comment just about the letters of support? I think Neighborhood Services might have not updated it. We have over 90 letters of support, and I have a Dropbox I can share with everyone from, and at least 15 abutters, just so we're on the same page. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Are we ready for a motion?
Yes.
Please.
Madam Chair, I'd like to put forward a motion of approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge,
Yes.
Ms. Better Brazza.
Yes.
The chair votes yes, the motion carries.
I want to thank the chair for your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you to the board and neighbors.
Next, we have case BOA 1699132 with the address of 150 Huntington Avenue. If the applicant and or the representative are present, would they please explain to the board?
The applicant for 150 Huntington Ave.
Yes, hi.
Can
I'm the owner of this new business. I just want to explain. I think our case is easy because we just remove the proviso for the special name of the regular Revolution Juice Bar. We just do the business like cocoa bubble tea. I think they are the same thing. We don't change anything. We just upgrade the plumbing system and the new counter. That's it.
Gotcha. Thank you. Any questions from the board? May I have public testimony?
Madam Chair and board members, Siggy Johnson with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. Our office oversaw distribution of a flyer to every abutter within a 300-foot radius that comprised the community process for this proposal. That flyering solicited 1 letter of support and no other comments. The St. Botolph Neighborhood Association is in non-opposition. With that background, we defer judgment to the board. Thank you.
Thank you.
There's no other hands raised.
May I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to put forward a motion of approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge,
Yes.
Ms. Better Brazza.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries. Good luck.
Next, we have case BOA 1704531 with the address of 76 to 84 Boylston Street. If the applicant and or their representative are present, would they please explain?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair, board members. Daniel Brennan here. I'm assisting the restaurant owner getting the licenses and permit approvals. Ahmed is also on the call. He's the restaurant owner. This is a small space. The actual street address is 215 Tremont. It's in the Emerson Little building. It's just 750 square feet. Proposed is just a small little specialty burger joint. No seating, no alcohol. We met with the Downtown Boston Neighborhood Association, distributed flyers. No opposition that we're aware of. Proposed hours 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. And that's all I have for you right now. Questions?
Questions from the board? Hearing none, may I have public testimony?
Good
Councilor Wu's
afternoon, Madam
office.
Chair, members of the board. My name is Eva Jones. I'm representing the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services regarding 76 to 84 Boylston Street. Our office will defer to the board's judgment on this matter. A community process was conducted, including the distribution of a subcommittee flyer on 3/21/25. We received no feedback from constituents regarding this flyer. Additionally, the proposal was discussed with the Downtown Boston Neighborhood Association, which convened on 3/26/25. At this time, the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services deferred to the board's judgment on this matter. Thank you, everyone, for your time and consideration.
Vanessa Wu.
Good morning, Madam Chair and members of the board. This is Vanessa Wu from Councilor Flynn's office. Councilor Flynn is not able to support this proposal at this time due to concerns regarding third-party deliveries and mopeds and public and pedestrian safety. He would like to urge the proponent to continue to work with neighbors and stakeholders and the transportation department on concerns regarding pickup and drop off. Thank you.
Thank you.
No other hands.
Okay, any other questions from the board? I don't know if the applicant wants to respond to the concern about the takeout.
Yeah, I mean, that was discussed with the Downtown Neighborhood Association. I didn't feel that it was a opposition. There was a discussion about possibly having a designated spot for delivery services, like DoorDash and such. I mean, we are right next to Tate and El Jefe's that are doing the same thing. I don't know if we need to find a designated spot for these delivery drivers, but it's pretty much in line with the other tenants in the building. I'm a little caught off guard, actually. I didn't know that we were going to have any opposition.
Understood. Thank you. Any other questions from the board? May I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to put forward a motion of approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge,
Yes.
Ms. Better Brazza.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries. Good luck.
Thank you.
Next, we have
Thank you, Your
case
Honor.
BOA 1695221, with the address of 43 Preble Street. The applicant and/or their representative are present. Will they please explain to the board?
Applicant for 43 Preble Street on. Do you want to keep going?
We will return.
Oh, sorry, is Mr. Dempsey, are you here for 43 Preble?
He was on earlier. I'm not sure where he is
Hold
now.
on. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Are you here for 43 Preble?
That's me.
Great. So can you just state your name for an address for the record and please
Yes.
tell us what you're seeking?
Sure. My name is Fran Dempsey. I'm the owner of Fran's Auto Repair in South Boston. I've been there for 32 years and I was going to retire last year. So I kind of let my used car license expire. But now I'm going to stay another 2 to 3 years and I just want to renew my dealer's license. That's all. And all my neighbors I have no problem with any of them. They love me.
Are there questions from the board?
Yes, it says that you are requesting for an outdoor display of new or used motor vehicles. Is the display existing?
Yes, I've had a license for 30 years.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Madam Chair, we did receive some feedback recommendation, but from BPD
right.
requesting additional drawings, but I think I'm okay with continuing the license that has received that is just a display.
Sure. Well, let's go through public
Okay,
testimony
yeah.
first. All right, so with that, can we have public testimony?
Madam Chair and board members, Siggy Johnson with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. This petitioner completed the ONS community process. Our office oversaw distribution of an informational flyer to all abutters in a 300-foot radius, which solicited one letter of support and no other comments. With that background, we defer judgment to the board. Thank you.
Thank you.
Vanessa?
Good afternoon, Madam Chair and members of the board. Councilor Flynn has no issues with this case. He would like to go on record in support. Thank you.
Thank you.
There's no other hands.
With that, may I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to put forward a motion of approval with a proviso that the applicant submits just a plan or an elevation or even photographs detailing the size and dimensions and location of the signage for BPD's records.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge,
Yes.
Ms. Benabraza,
Yes.
chair votes yes, the motion carries. Good luck, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Next, we have case BOA 1689389.
I got it.
Address is 8 Greenlee Place. If the applicant and or their representative are present, would they please explain to the board?
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for having us. My name's Bailey Chang, and I'm here with my wife, Susan. You may hear at moments some cooing from our daughter, and I apologize for that in advance. The purpose of our request is to try to get a variance to the 10 feet setback from the property line rule that is codified in the edicts of the city. Currently, as it stands, we have a driveway on the southern part of our home in Jamaica Plain, which can be seen on the plat shown right here. That driveway is completely uncovered, and there is a small porch by which one is to gain egress into the first floor on the side that is starting to deteriorate. Our hope is to make, for the sake of our 3 children, all at once a covered area for us to park a vehicle under, so that we can load our children into the vehicle without exposing them to the vagaries and vicissitudes of Boston's precipitation, while at the same time furnishing a safe area that can be closed off on which the children can play. To support the parking of our vehicle underneath the proposed deck structure, it is necessary to encroach upon the setback that is demanded by the city ordinance. This current southern boundary of our property, which we most affected, borders a property owned by Mr. Kurt of Kurtz and Motors. He is a good neighborhood friend of ours and has expressed support for this project. We also have good relations with our other neighbors in the on Greenlee Place, who are also looking forward to potentially using the deck space for a place for children to play.
Thank you. Questions from the board? Hearing none, can I have public testimony?
Madam Chair and members of the board, for the record, my name is Jeremy Bembury. I am the Jamaica Plain Community Engagement Specialist for the Office of Neighborhood Services. The applicant has completed the community process, which consisted of an abutters meeting lightly attended and facilitated on March 5th, where abutters voiced inquiries that were addressed during the meeting, such as time frame and road control. Next, the proposal was presented to Jamaica Plain Neighborhood Council, where they received a vote of approval. Thank you for your time, and the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services would like to defer to the board for their judgment.
Thank you.
No other hands raised.
With that, may I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to put forward a motion of approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge,
Yes.
Ms. Better Brazza.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Next, we have case BOA 1564124 with the address of 21 Waterloo Street. If the applicant and or their representative are present, they please explain to the board.
Are you, Mr. Lyon, are you here to speak?
Yes,
for
yes,
21
yeah,
Waterloo?
I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Please
Okay,
proceed.
hi. So yeah, I'm the owner of 21 Waterloo Street. It used to be a two-family house up until, yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, please proceed.
Yeah, it was a two-family property up until 2003, and the owner that had it before me decided to switch it back to a one-family. When I bought the house in 2023, I proposing to convert it back to a two-family house, but there's an issue with the open space requirements and the parking on the driveway, so I'm looking to get some relief from the zoning board to allow that. I'm not changing anything to the envelope of the building. It looks exactly the same on the outside. All I did on the inside was put new egress doors into each unit. So there's two for each one. It's a one bedroom on the first floor and then a 3-bedroom on the second and third floor. So it's just a 2-unit building like it was before.
Okay. Are there questions from the board? Hearing none, may I have public testimony?
Madam Chair, members of the board, for the record, my name is Jeremy Bembury. I am the Hyde Park Community Engagement Specialist for the Office of Neighborhood Services. The applicant has completed the community process, which consisted of an abutters meeting very lightly attended, facilitated on October 23rd, where one abutter voiced support for the proposal. Next, the project was presented to Reedville Watch Neighborhood Association, where they voted to support the proposal. We've received no letters at this time to our office. Thank you for your time, and the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services would like to defer to the board for their judgment. Thank you.
Thank you.
No other hands are raised.
With that, may I have a motion?
Madam Chair, given that the zoning is two-family, the request seems almost as a right. So with that, I would like to put forward a motion of approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge,
Yes.
Ms. Better Brazza.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries. Good luck.
Thank you.
Next, we have case BOA 1612451 with the address of 1251 to 1269 River Street. If the applicant and or their representative are present, would they please explain to the board?
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, my name is Shah Saud, and I would like to take over the currently, it's a running business. It's called New York Fried Chicken, and with nothing's really going to change. It's the same, same business. We're not adding anything. We're not removing anything. It's just most likely going to be name change and same food,
Okay, any questions from the board? May I have public testimony?
Madam Chair and members of the board, for the record, my name is Jeremy Bembury. I am the Hyde Park Community Engagement Specialist for the Office of Neighborhood Services. The applicant has completed the community process, which consisted of an abutters meeting. Again, my apologies,
You may want to just go off video.
okay, sorry, thank you.
That's okay. Modern technology. All right, do you want to try again, Mr. Bembury? There you
Madam
go.
Chair and members of the board, for the record, my name is Jeremy Bembury. I am the Hyde Park Community Engagement Specialist for the Office of Neighborhood Services. The applicant has completed the community process, which consisted of an abutters meeting facilitated on October 23rd. I'm sorry. My apologies for, ma'am. A notification to abutters, a flyer. The community process consisted of a notification to abutters by flyer of the proponent's intent to add takeout. The proponent presented to Hyde Park Neighborhood Association where they voted to support the proposal. Thank you for your time, and the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services would like to defer to the board for their judgment.
Thank you.
No other hands are raised.
With that, may I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to put forward a motion of approval.
May I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge,
Yes.
Ms. Bedraza.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries. Good luck, sir.
Okay, thank you so much.
Next, we have case BOA 1669983, the address of 109 Bateman Street. If the applicant and/or the representative are present.
Yes, Mr. Stenbridge. Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board, Attorney Derek Small of a business address of 51 Dobson Road. With me today on the call is Mr. Stefan Gillings, who is the owner of the property. And Madam Chair, we're here tonight seeking relief to construct a new dormer and a new rear addition to the one-family house. Here, the zoning subdistrict is a 1F 6,000. Our lot size is 6,137 square feet. The zoning violations are as follows. Lot width, the requirement is 60 feet. We have 50, which is a pre-existing non-conforming. Excessive FAR, the required FAR in the zoning subject is 0.5. We are going to 0.58. The number of stories with regard to the dormer that is being placed, the requirement is 35 feet and 2.5 stories. We are at 32 feet in height, Madam Chair. And they're considering, ISDs are considering that dormer bump out on an extra story. So that's why we're cited for that. Side yard requirement is 10 feet. There are 8 on both sides. That, again, that's a pre-existing non-conforming. And the front yard is modal. Again, this will remain a one-family dwelling for my client and his family. And they are going to be moving in his mom and his aging parents so that they can age in place. We'll open it up to any questions.
Thank you. Any questions from the board? Hearing none, may I have public testimony?
Madam Chair and members of the board, for the record, my name is Jeremy Bembury. I am the Hyde Park Community Engagement Specialist for the Office of Neighborhood Services. The applicant has completed the community process, which consisted of an abutters meeting held on January 16th, where abutters did voice opposing concerns, stating the project has already been completed and they cannot have it unbuilt. Abutters stated they were only attending the meeting because they thought they were trying to build even more without going through the community process. Next, the proponent presented to Hyde Park Neighborhood Association, where they voted in opposition to the proposal. To date, we have received 1 letter of opposition from the Hyde Park Neighborhood Association stating it was made clear during the meeting the work has already been completed, and at this time, and request the zoning board apply any measures within its authority to adjust this current violation. Thank you for your time, and the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services would like to defer to the board for their judgment.
Madam Chair, if I may respond to that. Initially, when he applied, when the permit was applied for, permit was granted for the foundation. And then as work was being constructed, the dormer, they replaced the roof, and then we put a hip dormer on, again, to get some more space up in the head house, knowing full well that we were going to have to come back to the ZBA with regard to the dormer piece of it. So that's why we're here. We're here to get the variance for the dormer. Again, we are still below the height and requirement within feet at 32 feet. And again, ISD is considering that bump out of the dormer a extra story.
Thank you. Other questions from the board? Hearing none, may I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to put forward a motion of approval.
Is there a second?
Second,
Mr. Stenbridge,
yes.
Ms. Better Brazza.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries. Good luck.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board. Have a good night.
Next, we have case BOA 1655919 with the address of 4014 Washington Street. The applicant and or their representative are present. Would they please explain?
I don't know if, is Jen Allen the applicant? Or is the applicant for 4014 Washington Street on?
Hi,
Yes, are you the applicant?
I'm Jennifer Allen. I'm the attorney for the applicant. And then
Okay.
Felipe Duran is also the owner, and he's also logged in as well.
Okay, are you presenting or is he?
Yeah. I'm
Okay, great.
presenting, if he's able to speak, in case you have any questions regarding any plans or anything that I cannot answer, he'll also be able to answer anything else.
Great, thank you. Please proceed.
All right, thank you. So we are seeking relief from the zoning code for a variance for the insufficient front yard setback, which we are short a mere 5 feet from the requirement. We are seeking to add an enclosed canopy with foundation that is approximately 18 by 10 that will accommodate processing and pickup of takeout orders. It will allow my client to create additional services to the public, thus increasing the public good and avoid congestion inside the existing restaurant. He already has a canopy at the entrance of the eat-in area that extends out, and this will be in conformity with that one, which relief was granted approximately 5 years ago. So the page, just in case, so you're showing here, if you scroll down a little bit more, this shows what is currently, and then if you continue down, this shows the proposed. If you move up a little bit more down in the left corner, right there, that shows the proposed addition on the left side. So the addition that we are proposing is consistent with the character of the building and of the existing neighborhood. The building across the street comes right up to the curb, along with additional buildings up and down the street. There is no detriment to the existing space or the neighborhood. The addition will be made of glass, no different than the other addition, so it doesn't block driver's sight lines while entering and exiting the parking lot. As you see on the plans, we're looking to add that new addition to the left side, as there's no space anywhere else in the front to accommodate such a structure. It will be handicap accessible, and as mentioned, it will steer takeout patrons away from the main dining area so that those patrons can enjoy their dinner without interruption. In general, takeout business has increased tremendously all over the city and continues to increase. And in order to accommodate that business while keeping his other customers safe, this new structure is for the public good and recognizes post-COVID changes to this industry, which is what my client's here to do. If relief is granted for this addition, my client is also going to create additional parking in the rear of his lot specifically for takeout, so that customers are not parking on the street, taking those spaces up, or parking on side streets. This will also help relieve congestion. We held a neighborhood community meeting, and my client has been working diligently with the neighborhood for years on this, and they have expressed their support and also expressed their concerns about parking and public safety, which Mr. Duran is constantly working on. And the glass addition, along with the takeout parking in the rear, will help alleviate these concerns. Mr. Duran's a resident and has a vested interest in this community and has been here for over 20 decades. And we are happy to answer any other questions you have.
I assume you mean 20 years, not 20 decades.
Yes,
but
sorry.
Any questions from the board?
I have some clarification questions. I'm just curious, why would you need a hand sink outside of the takeout area?
So
I'm a little bit confused. So you have the ADA entry in this new area. It's also a takeout area, but then you have a hand sink. and then you have another new door proposed. So it's just like a functional kind of question. You have basically like 4 doors right at the front. So can you just kind of walk me through how one is to experience these 2 separate spaces?
And I'll let Felipe, if he's unmuted, speak about that. I know at one point, because we have been working with building department, we've been here before, that at one point there was a request for that, but with these new plans, I will let Felipe answer
Yeah,
those questions.
yeah.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Can
evening.
you-
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. The reason the sink is there, we're trying to play this sink in that area, specific area, because sometimes the employee will need to wash their hand. And that's the only reason that we place it up there, just for safety measure. It wasn't because it was necessary. We just put it up there for safety measure. I mean, for employees to need to wash their hand right away. And the 4 door, we used to propose 1 door, but we were working with RSD closely, and they recommend us to use 2 different doors, one door to get in and 1 door to get out. That way we can use the space more efficiently.
So is your other vestibule, so which one is like your main entrance for your patrons?
Basically, the vestibule that we have existing,
That would be the main entrance for your
that will be
patrons?
the main entrance, yes.
Okay, and then so the other new vestibule, this new takeout area, is that for pickup orders?
It will be for pickup order, yes.
Okay, and so basically your existing clientele would automatically know that this is where to go to pick up food.
We're
Okay.
gonna place some signs, yeah.
Okay, so the hand sink, is it possible to put it inside the kitchen?
Sure, definitely, yeah. There's no
Yeah,
problem.
because my concern is you're almost getting cross-contamination if you're getting new patrons coming in and out, picking up, and then that's supposed to be like the wash as well for the employees. So this is not a zoning question. It's more of just to help you logistically
Sure,
for
definitely.
your project. And then I'm not sure if you are aware, but the BPD provided some recommendations in regards to advising that you actually provide a 2-foot kind of front setback from your property line. I don't really see that being an issue because your existing vestibule is already at the property line. So, I take that as a recommendation, but it's not necessarily something that we have to follow. But I just wanted to put that on the record.
Sure, definitely, yeah.
Okay, great. I don't have any further questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we have a public testimony, please? I see
Madam
2
Chair and
folks.
members of the board.
Okay.
Let's defer to the counselors. Go.
Yes,
please.
ma'am, my apologies.
And thank you, Sherry, because I've been patiently waiting here
You
in this
have.
parking lot. I'm ready to go. I have to go get my kids. So, members of the board, just really happy to be here. You don't usually see me showing up to these meetings, or nor do I send my staff, but if and when I do, it's because I deeply care about a project. And that is usually my metrics in terms of where I show up. And so this is one of those projects where I hold near and dear. Having grown up here in the city of Boston and being a Latina, it gives me great joy to see immigrant-owned businesses really thriving in our communities. And so I'm coming here to just state my full support for Guida and Tambora's application to the Zoning Board of Appeals to construct a front addition that will accommodate and enhance takeout service. And that will also provide them an opportunity to actually serve more people. And if you're serving more people, then you're making more money, and then everybody wins, y'all. Okay, let's just keep it like that. And this is Guida Tambora has been a beloved cultural and culinary institution in our community, known for its authentic Dominican cuisine and vibrant atmosphere. It has served more than just a restaurant. It is a hub for families, neighbors, and visitors alike. This proposed addition is thoughtful and timely response to the evolving consumer needs and the changing nature of the food service industry, especially as more customers seek convenient takeout options. The proposed expansion will not only support the restaurant's continued growth and stability, but also contribute to the vibrancy of our neighborhoods, especially supporting our small business economy. Guida and Tambora's investment in this project reflects their commitment to remaining active, responsive, and innovative business that meets the needs of both local residents and Boston broader dining community. I urge the Zoning Board of Appeals to approve this proposal and allow Guida and Tambora to continue strengthening its service model while preserving the cultural economic vitality it brings to our city. And I feel like I've been listening, so I think I showed up on a really good day because most of the projects have been approved. So I'm just going to manifest that this one will too, because we're on a roll here today. Thank you for your service.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Pepin?
Hey, everyone. You get two counselors for this one.
I know.
So for the record, my name is Enrique Pepin. I'm the District 5 Boston City Councilor. I have the honor of directly representing this business, but also just knowing the business owners and what this business means to the community. I would like to go on record in support of this just because I know that they've been working on this for a few years now. They've been going back and forth with the community about what's the best proposal. And I know that the owners just have done a very good job of making sure that this business is kept up to date. It's a beautiful institution and they have amazing food there. And on that, this addition will only just add and contribute to the community. So that's why I'm in support today, and I would like for this to be moved forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Counselor. Mr. Bembry?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, members of the board, for the record, my name is Jeremy Bembury. I'm the Roslindale Community Engagement Specialist for the Office of Neighborhood Services. The applicant has completed the community process, which consisted of 2 abutters meetings facilitated on October 22nd of 2024 and March 13th of 2025. The first abutters meeting regarding extension of hours and an addition for takeout that was heavily opposed, with the abutters voicing issues multiple times regarding the noise level. Other concerns were parking, loitering, and increased trash around the property. The second meeting was held with the removal of the extension of hours and proposing only the addition to accommodate takeout. Again, abutters voiced opposition regarding takeout, feeling the addition would not address the parking concerns but would make the issue worse. Other abutters voiced a neutral position. Next, the proposal was not required to present to a civic association, and to date we have received 4 letters of opposition, maintaining the opposing theme regarding noise and parking. Thank you for your time, and the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services would like to defer to the board for their judgment.
Thank you.
We have one hand raised. Jonathan Payne.
Mr. Payne, are you able to speak?
Yes, apologies. We are ready for the next agenda item. So not
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. Thank you. Any other questions from the board?
Oh, from the board only. Okay. See, that's why I don't show up in places because I think I can speak more than once. Let me be quiet. I did have a question, but I'm going to not be disruptive. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. Any other questions from the board? With that, may I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to put forward a motion of approval for the project.
Is there a second?
Yes.
Mr. Stenbridge?
That would be a yes.
Ms. Better-Brazza?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries. Good luck.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.
Next, we have case BOA 1682527 with the address of 56 Willow Street. The applicant and/or their representative are present. You may please explain to the board.
Yes, my name is Larry Borens. I'm the owner's rep. And John, if you will unmute yourself and introduce yourself. John Payne is the owner.
Hello, I'm Jonathan Payne, and
I'm Jane Kavanagh.
And we are the owners of 56 Willow Street. And I can just give a brief introduction and then hand it over to Larry to describe the project. We moved to 56 Willow Street in West Roxbury 3 years ago. We recently welcomed our daughter Sela into the family, and you might hear her in the background. She's very happily eating dinner now. And We love our home. We love our neighborhood. We love to raise our family here in West Roxbury. And we are planning or hoping to add living space to our current home, to the second floor unit, to add approximately 900 square feet, so that we can stay here and have space to raise our family. And so we are located just 1 block from Center Street, near Roach Brothers, the grocery store, and the Highland Street commuter train station. I believe there might be some photos or something that we could show in the deck, but I think at that point I'd be happy to hand this over to Larry. He could describe the project in more detail.
Okay. Is there a presentation, Chair Dang? We gave one and we're not seeing, we submitted one, we're not seeing it, but I'm happy to talk without it.
What we have in front of us is what I think is what was submitted.
Okay, I actually don't see it on the screen, but that's okay. I'm just going to kind of talk through it, and I'm going to go quickly. There's a lot. There's a number of photos in here, and we don't really need to dwell on them. I think the bottom line here is that all of the 4 violations that are cited are pre-existing conditions. Really, in 2 cases, in one case, you very clearly could argue that it's an extension of the FAR. It already was in violation of that, but we will make that, we will be extending that. And it is an extension of a 2-family use, which is a forbidden use. The relevant thing to say here is the house was built in 1911. And if you're seeing images there, then you will see the original building permit. It was built as a 2-family home. The setbacks are actually shown on that permit. So the 3-foot setback from one of the side property lines existed in 1911, which predates the zoning code. None of that is going to change. Again, really, the only thing that is being extended is it will be further in violation of the FAR. If you are seeing images, then hopefully you see a photograph of Willow Street. Most of the other houses on this block also are 2-family homes, also built before the zoning ordinance, and in a number of instances have done what John and Jane are proposing to do here, which is expand the second floor unit by adding dormers. That is really what will be visible from the outside, a dormer on both sides of the roof, the northeast side and the the northwest side and the southeast side. Hopefully board members will be seeing both the best shot that we could take of the sides of the house and then the architect's drawing of the new elevation with the dormers. As far as parking is concerned, nothing is changing. There is existing parking in the back of the house. And I think the only other thing that I want to mention is, which the representative from the neighborhood liaison is going to explain in detail, but we went through the community process. And really the only comment was one neighbor showing up from across the street in support.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any questions from the board? Hearing none, we'll take public testimony.
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. This time the Mayor's Office will defer to the judge of this board. Some back information in the community process. As you heard from the applicant's representation, the butters meeting was held. No concerns were raised in that meeting. They went on to meet with the West Roxbury Neighborhood Council, which was supportive of this proposal. We're unaware of any concerns at this time. With that, we'll defer to the board. Thank you.
No other hands.
Thank you. Thank you. With that, may I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to put for a motion of approval.
May I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge,
Yes.
Ms. Better-Raza.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. See some of you next week.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank
great
you.
weekend.
Good night, folks.